canvas and painting in my mind. Colors dance, spill outside the lines. I refuse to settle, never the black and white. Okay, so tonight we are going to make a shabby necklace, and we're going to be using some seam binding, some other lace, some of the Prima flowers. These, I believe, let's see, these are from Vintage Emporium flowers, and some bling. So let's get started here since we're running a couple minutes late. All right, so this collar is available in the store, and we're calling it a medallion collar. And this is very long, and you could absolutely use it the way it is, but what I want to do is cut these off and just use the center ones. So that will give me, this is a 2-for-1, because, oh good. Rebecca, can you write down everybody that's here for me as well? I'm going to need a list because I'm going to give this away after we're done. Okay, so back to what I was saying. I am going to cut these medallions off, and you get a 2-for-1 because then you can use these as doilies later. So we're going to start with that, and let me get in here. And I'm just cutting right where those little string parts attach. By the way, I had another project planned for tonight, and I was all set and excited about it, and I was using polyurethane spray on it, and it didn't get dry in time, and so I was like, well, now what? So this is what I came up with at the last minute. I hope you all enjoyed this one too. And we will do that other one at my next class. Nothing to be afraid of because there is enough space. I'll bring it up close so you can see. There's enough space there that you can cut without feeling like you're going to cut the doily part. So there is no fear in this. This is one of those easy ones to cut. All right, now I just got to see where I'm at. Okay, there we go. And now I've got a bunch of little doilies that I can use on another project at another time. So this is a 2-for-1 deal. All right, so this is what we ultimately want for our necklace part. And I'm going to just clean this up a little bit here. There's some strands that came when they crocheted it or, did it on the machine that don't belong. All right, so that's going to be the base for our necklace. I hope so, because I'm kind of winging it here. Like I said, this was not my planned project, and I was like, okay, what can I make at the last minute? All right, so I've got a couple different colors of seam binding here, and I wanted something that would go with this, and this has kind of a golden black in the center. So I went with fig beige and dark slate. And I'm not sure how much I'm going to need. So I'm just going to take a bunch. I don't know, I'm just going to take probably half of it or so. And I'm going to spritz it and crinkle it up. So, like I said, I don't know how much I'm going to need, so I'm just randomly putting some out here. That should be good. All right. Whoops, I dropped the rest on the floor. Okay, so then I've got just a spray bottle. I'm going to get this out of the way so it doesn't get wet. And I'm just going to spritz it. I don't want it too super wet, but I want it to be wet enough that I can crinkle it. Okay. And seam binding crinkles easily and nicely, as you see. It always looks so cool, I think, when once it's crinkled. Okay, so I've got these pretty crinkled. Just going to make it a little bit more. And now, excuse the noise, but I've got to dry these now. Okay, so we've got the dark slate and we've got the gold, or the fig beige. And what I'm going to do is take the ends and I'm going to weave them through here. So this will be where I tie it from. So I'm going to take the black first, or the slate, and pull it through. Got them all tangled up now. There we go. Okay, and I'm going to set that off to one side. So that is going through one side of it, and then I'm going to put the fig beige through the other side. So what we have is a piece on either side like this, okay? Now I'm going to pull quite a bit because I'm going to be working from, this will be my working end, and this will be the end that I use to tie. So that should be enough. Probably about a foot is what I'm leaving for the tie end. Okay, so I've got about that much, about a foot, give or take. And now I'm just going to knot that right there. That way I can work on it and it won't pull through. Okay, so we've got that started. Make sure I'm working on the right side. Yep. Okay. So now I'm just going to take this and I'm going to weave it through, and I'm going to go up and down so that we get the multicolors on it. Okay, now I'm going to take this one and work it through. And we're going to go down in here, across here. Okay, and I'm not worried about it being straight because that's, you know, I crinkled it, so it'll be all right if it twists a little bit. Now this time I'm going to work with the gold one first, and I'm going to go through here and back up through here. So this part is a little bit time consuming. Hopefully though, it will be worth it. Oh, I got my wrong end. Isn't that funny? Okay, let's try that again with the working end instead of the tie end. No wonder it wouldn't pull. There we go. Pull that through. And the same again for this. Hope you can see what I'm doing here. And I'm going to go back to this and I'm just going to keep doing the same thing. Go down through this one. It's a little bit different at this point because we have that extra area. Come back up through the other side of it. And this is really just a matter of, you know, you figuring out how you want this to look and which holes you want to go in, because the holes are there, you just got to weave it. Okay, so now I'm going to go through this one. Oops. Through this one, and if you don't like it, you just take it out. And that may happen. We'll see how this goes here. Because it's not permanently affixed yet, you can kind of do what you want. Okay, so now I'm going to come into this one. Okay, now this part is getting a little tricky because I'm not sure how I want to do it. And I'm not liking that, so I'm going to pull that back out. I'm going to back up to here because I'm not sure what I want to do with that. I think I may just go straight across like I did before instead and skip that little area. Yep, and I may, actually I think I will. I'm going to go in and cut off these little extras right here, just because I think it's going to make it look more symmetrical and better. There we go. Okay. Yep, I like that better. Okay. So we've gone across there. And we got to come up through here. Across here. And up through here. See, so that's what I'm saying, Kimberly. You just, you know, there's no wrong or right. If you don't like it, you just figure out a different way to do it. And actually, I don't like that either. So I think I may stop right there on this side. And I may, yeah, actually I think I will. I'm going to bring it together down through here. So we're just playing here and figure out how to make this look right. Okay, and then I'm going to bring it back up through the center. Oh, Kimberly, believe me. They're, first of all, they're not that expensive. That's the great thing. As you know, most of the things in my store are not that expensive. So you can just play and experiment, and you know, that's what art is all about, is just doing it until it satisfies your eye. Okay, so I've got that like that. Bring it back together here. And go. Here. That's, I can't tell you how many times I've restructured art. I will say, you know, I'll admit I have thrown things away because it was like, oh my gosh, this is absolutely awful. But more often than not, I just restructure it. I use it for something else or figure out another way to, you know, cover up my mistakes or whatever. So never be afraid to try things. Okay, and we're going to go. Didn't make these even, obviously, but I was just randomly cutting back through here. Yeah, lost my end. There it is. Thank you, guys. I am working right now on getting a new paper line in that I hope everyone will be excited about. And I've got a few new laces that I'm interested in getting for the store, and just kind of randomly doing things, trying to get a little at a time done. Okay, and I went up through here now. All right, and now I'm going to start separating again. So we're going to go into this one. Oh, there's a piece of thread from when they sewed it that doesn't belong. Get that out of there so it'll go in nicely. Okay, so now we're back to the top and bottom again, like we were. This one into the bottom. Okay, and now we can just go back through those holes at the end here, just like we did on the other side. Pull it through. Yes, I'm having new kits come out this Saturday, and they are going to be fun. I'm not going to tell you because you'll have to wait till Saturday and see, like everybody else, but yeah, they're going to be fun kits. And something for everyone is right. Thank you, Rebecca. That's okay. You can call me the Debs. I'm cool with that. I'll be whatever you want me to be. Okay, so now I'm just going to pull and get this so that it's not crinkled up here. Make sure it's got, you know, working space. And as you see, it's kind of sticking up in different areas, and that's okay. I'm okay with that because I want it to have texture. All right, so now I'm going to tie this off just like I did on the other side so it doesn't move around. And I'll probably play with that off the air and get it perfectly straight, but for right now, that's good. All right, so now we're going to start building with our accessories, and I'm going to use Fabri-Tac. And right on this center doily, oh, that's not even attached, I'm going to put the smaller of the three of these flowers right in the center like that. Okay? And actually, you know what? I think I'm going to want to put a little bit of this behind it too. So I'm going to cut a little bit off just so it adds to it. Let me find the ends here. And I'm just going to randomly loop it. Let's see how that looks. Yeah, I think that adds a lot to it. So start with one. I'm just going to put some glue on here. Just in spots around it. And then I can just kind of bunch it up and put it on there and let it go where it wants to go. I want to make sure though that those ends are tucked in. I don't want the ends to show. Okay. Nothing special, just, you know, randomly put it on. There's a little string right there. I'm going to cut that off. Okay, and now I'm going to do the same with this Fig Beige. Like I said, no pattern, no rhyme, no reason, because it's going to be behind. It's just more of a background than anything. Okay, all right, and now I'm just going to put glue on the back of my flower. Putting a good blob. And I'm actually extending out to the leaves because I'm not sure that that little thing that Prima puts on it to, you know, to hold it will last forever. So I'm just extending it beyond the leaves a little bit. And I'm just going to lay that right in there, right in the center. Okay, so now not a lot of that is showing in the background, and you can play with it and pull it out if you want. You know, just, but I think that looks good. It just adds, it brings it together with this to my eye. All right, let me lay this out, get it straight. So I've got these little, these are the, I'll bring it up close. the ones that remind me of the Jackie O, they're the little tulips with the pearl in the center, and I'm going to use those. I'm going to add some of this into it. I think it needs a little more, I don't know, softness or something. Not sure how I'm going to do this yet. I may only use parts of it. Actually, yes, that's what I'm going to do. Okay. And I'm going to use, this is the 3-strand lace, and I'm going to just use the ribbon and the pearl part. And I'm going to take the other part off. Now, it comes sewn together, so you just have to find where it's sewn and kind of snip that little knot off. And then it'll come right apart like that. Okay? And it's, you know, it's tacked periodically. And I'm just going to take this and set it aside. So I'm just using these pieces. Okay? So I'm going to glue this onto here. And I had already intended on putting these little bows up there, so I'm just going to put that right over it, and that will hold that in place. So we just got to give it a second to stick. Thank you, Rebecca. She did do a beautiful job on that fan. It's a Christmas fan, but I mean, it's real shabby, so, or vintagey, I guess I would say. So yeah, it wouldn't have to be just for Christmas. It's, and you get your choice in red or green, and they both come with gold. So if you use the gold, it could be like year round. Okay, and then I'm just going to kind of randomly wrap this and put a little glue to hold it. Not too much because I don't want to cover that, you know, I don't want to put another gem there, but this is sticking up, so I'm just going to add a little bit right there. Stick that down. And as long as you're, you know, kind of light-handed on the, and actually this probably should have gone up, but that's okay because you don't want to get too much around the neck either. As long as you don't use too much glue, it won't show. So you're just barely dabbing any on. And as I'm sitting here doing this, I'm kind of changing my mind about how I want to add the embellishments, but that's okay. I'm going to go up here like that. Because I think I want to use some more of these flowers. I'm going to lay them on there and see what I think. Okay, so I think I want to add I don't know. I may want to do that. Actually, I think I'm going to do that. Because I kind of like that with the 3 different sizes. So I'm going to lay that on here. And I don't really want them symmetrical, so I'm going to do it like that. I am not a symmetrical person. Okay, so this one's going to be off center just a little bit. So I only put it on half of the flower so that it's only glued to this part. There we go. I kind of like that. And then I think I'll stick these in there. Ah, everything's sticking. That's what happens when you use glue. Okay, yes, I like that. That's much, much better than what I had planned before. Okay, good. So now I've got this other bow that I can put on up here at this end. But I don't want to attach it just yet because I want to make sure that I get my seam binding straight. But this will go right there, just like it does on the other side. Okay. And that's it. Very easy, very simple project. Now, I am going to make matching earrings. So I've got, well, I had another one because I originally had a different plan, but so these are just little studs that you buy at the store. And I'm just going to, I want them to be this way on the ear. So this has to go on the back of this part. So for this, I am not going to use Fabri-Tac, obviously, because it wouldn't be strong enough going in and out of your ears. And I do make jewelry. I don't hardly ever show that I do that because I do it more for myself than anything. But I have some special glue that I use. Now, normally I use jet glue, but mine is, I pulled it out today and it was dry as a rock. And this is my other go-to, is GS Hypo Cement. And the reason why is because it's super, super, super strong. That's okay, Rebecca. Count her anyway, because she was here. I just gotta get it open. Struggling with that. Let me get my pliers. Now, the problem with jewelry glue is if you don't use them, they tend to dry out. And I don't make jewelry often enough, but this one does have the precision end on it, so it lasts usually a little bit longer. So I'm just going to put that on here, and if you use this, make sure you have an open door or window or something because it is so strong. All right, and I'm just going to attach that right to the back of this, like so. Okay. And I'll let that sit over here and dry for a minute. Now I will add more glue to it again. Leaking. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, and I don't have any. I guess I'll use my finger. Okay, put that back on there. Normally when I'm making these by myself, I just sit here and hold it until it tacks up. And it does take a little bit of time, guys. Okay. Let's see if I can't get that to prop up a little bit. It doesn't fall over. Okay, there we go. All right, and I have glue that I spilled out over here, so I'm going to use that. No, I don't. Honestly, I didn't because I had another friend that was selling them and she's no longer in business. So I could potentially do that and I may start carrying some metals, but I haven't made that decision for sure yet. Yeah, I got to tell you, I mean, you've been here enough, Kim. You know I'm not a big hot glue person because it does not last. So I have tried almost every adhesive out there. E6000 is a really good one, but it is very strong and smells. This one is worse, but it holds. I mean, cement, yeah, that's what they mean. It's cement. And this is actually one that is recommended for jewelry users. Same with the jet glue. E6000 is a good one. For jewelry, you want something stronger than E6000 even. You know, if you're going to be doing earrings mainly. Your necklaces and stuff, E6000 works fine. But for jewelry, or I mean for earrings where you're pulling on it, you really need a super strong cement. That's why I prefer the jet glue. And I don't carry it in the store because it's such a specialized glue. Or this. But you can order it on Amazon. Okay, so those are just about set up, and you can see what the earring's going to look like, and it'll match the necklace. All right, so I will add more glue to those once they actually dry a little bit. But that, ladies, is our project for tonight. And I hope that someone is interested in winning it. I'm going to do a random drawing. Let me go check the other sites real quick. Thank you. Like I said, it wasn't my original plan, but once I started looking at it with the extra colors in it, it was like it needed that heaviness, and I just really think that's going to be pretty on a, it would be really pretty on a sweater, over a sweater. Thank you. Yeah, I really like these bows. They are so pretty. And I'll bring it up close so you can see since I haven't detached this one. This is one of my favorite ones. I have 2 or 3 different bows, but this one's my favorite. Okay, let me go and do my random.org. Hang on one second. Yes, that's what I think. A black sweater would be beautiful, like at Christmas with a pink skirt. Oh my gosh, that would be so cute. Random.org. Okay, so I'm going to go with the order that Rebecca gave me. So so you all see it in the chat there, I hope. And generate. And the result is number 4, which was Paula. So Paula wins tonight, but we will have more random giveaways like this. So we hope you guys will join us whenever you can. And this is an easy project to make. Anybody can do it. And everything here, other than the one specialty glue and the earring backs, is from the store. So if you're interested, you can make your own. All right, guys, I really appreciate you coming out tonight. And next week, oh, yeah, the bows are pretty. Next week, Rhonda will be back. This was supposed to be her week, but she had something going on and asked me if we could switch. So she will be your host next week, and from what I understand, it's going to be something with a pumpkin. So I hope you guys can show up and see what she does with a pumpkin this time. All right, guys, thank you so much for being here. And Paula, I will get this out to you in the mail tomorrow or the next day. Depends on how long it takes for me to get all the little parts dried and all that. All right, thanks for coming out, guys. I really appreciate it. And tell your friends to come on out. You never know when we might have a giveaway. All right, guys, I'm going to sign off. Good night. You get one heartbeat song. Take it seriously. This is your